What's up, everybody? My name is Unrested. I am the lead host here at Saikodump. You Saikoderps are here because you want a cocktail of the creepy, freaky, fucked up shit. And you know what? You've come to the right place. Give your morals a day off. Welcome to the world that your parents warned you about. This is motherfucking Saikodump!
So, since it is our first episode of Saikodump, I think an explanation is in order. And so, the word Saikodump, let's break it down piece by piece. Saiko is our first one, and this is pretty much a Romanji spelling of the Japanese word Saiko, which is usually written in katakana. It is a word which means the best or the greatest, and that's kind of what we're going for. We're looking for the best or the greatest information. What is our information? Well, phonetically, Saiko is pronounced like the word psycho in English, so we're looking for the most psychotic, fucked up, weird shit. The best of it. Now, dump is our next word. What does dump mean? Well, dump means shit. It also means info. So we're looking for the shit, the info, everything that we can deliver to you and give you the world your parents warned you about. Saikodump!
What's up, guys? I'm Unrested, and our next story is a little bit like this shop over here. It's called Satanic Territory. It's a really fucked up little satanic shop in the middle of Amemura, that's downtown Osaka. High-class, preppy clothes type area, and in the middle of it is this fucked up little satanic shop that has everything from actual human skulls for sale to body modification that includes the head donut, which you can go look up right now online. What the fuck is a silicone head donut? Check it out. This is what the shop is famous for. Now, our next one deals with a web version of this story. Going through the web, looking at mainstream, common to the eye stuff, you might stumble upon something that you may consider a bit disturbing. What happens when you find one of these sites? What happens when you explore it? How deep does the darkness go? And can even the strongest stomach take it? Let's find out. Everybody knows that if you surf the web long enough, you'll see some pretty sick shit. This is especially true if you intentionally dwell into the dark underbelly of the internet. Now, I've seen quite a few things I don't care to admit, but one thing that I'll always remember is a site called normalpornfornormalpeople.com. The first strange thing about the site was that I didn't actually find it by looking for it. It was emailed to me by someone I didn't even know. The email was as follows. Hi there, found this site. It's very nice, thought you might like. Normalpornfornormalpeople.com. Pass it on for the good of mankind. Pretty standard issued chain letter, I'd have to say, although the URL and the last remark really piqued my curiosity. I was having a very boring day when I got this, so I made sure my antivirus was working, and then I clicked on it. It was a very average, very generic looking site. It gave the impression that the creators just barely gave a shit about making it look professional. The author seemed to have a very tenuous grasp on English, and on the front page was a long, boring, incoherent rant that I don't even remember and haven't saved. The site had a strange tagline, which even today people haven't figured out the meaning of, which was Normal Porn for Normal People, a website dedicated to the eradication of abnormal sexuality. And from the sound of that, I wasn't sure whether I was here to watch porn or if I had stumbled onto some kind of eugenics program. But I was here now, and I was very, very curious to see what normal people get their rocks off to. So, I scrolled down through the rant, and nothing. The page didn't seem to link anywhere else, and I was about to leave when I noticed every word of the rant was in its own hyperlink. So I clicked one of them, and was sent to a white page with a very long list of links in the form of normalpornfornormalpeople.com/ and then there was random letters. So I stopped for a minute and asked myself if I really wanted to waste God knows how much time clicking random links that will likely give me a virus that will rape my computer. I figured I'd just try it for maybe 5 minutes, just to see if anything came up. I clicked on one of the links and was sent to another page. This page apparently had totally different URLs than the last one. I was really just about to say, fuck this. Then I clicked on the third link and a video download came up. It was called Peanut.avi. It was a 30-minute video of a man and a woman and a dog in a kitchen. The woman would make a peanut butter sandwich and the man would set it down for the dog to eat. This was pretty much all that happened for 30 minutes. It was obvious that the cameraman had to stop filming and wait until the dog was ready to eat again, and the dog seemed rather sick by the end of it. I know what you're thinking. What the hell does that have to do with porn? I have no clue. I've seen a little over 24 videos from this site, and the majority had no sexual activity at all. After watching Peanut.avi, I went on a certain image board I frequent to play online and do a little show and tell.
The image board thread got lots of people with nothing better to do than to dig through the site, and that is how I saw other videos. Most of those 24 videos were very uneventful and consisted of people taking the camera and going into a room and doing nothing in it but having a desk and a few chairs. I mean, literally nothing was on the walls, or in terms of furniture, nothing was in the room. The whole room had a very cold, sterile feel to it. The conversations that they had in the videos were just idle banter about previous jobs, embarrassing childhood moments, etc., etc. It was boring. I kept expecting some kind of discussion about the people who were filming or what the site was about, but of course, nothing. You would never know these people had anything to do with porn if you saw this out of context. I will say one more thing though. The people who appeared in these videos were all quite attractive. However, the other videos that actually did feature content, which I suppose could be called sexual, is where it got really weird. I'll give brief descriptions of the stranger videos. If you're really eaten up with curiosity, you can try to hunt them down on a torrent site. I completely know these exist. LickedClean.avi. A 10-minute video filmed by a hidden camera in which we see a repairman working on a washing machine for the first 2 minutes. When it's fixed, the repairman talks to the owner briefly and then leaves. The owner checks to make sure the repairman is gone, and he begins to lick all over the top of the washing machine. This goes on for 7 minutes. Jimbo.avi, a 5-minute video of an obese mime performing his act. It was actually pretty funny, particularly the one part where he pretends to pull up a chair, then pretends that it breaks because of his weight. In the last 30 seconds of the video, the camera cuts to static briefly and then cuts back to the man sobbing quietly, still wearing the mime outfit and makeup. Maybe some kind of obscure fetish? Diana.avi. 4-minute video in which the cameraman talks to a woman in a room different from the interview room. This room looks like one you'd find in a normal person's house. Exactly where they are is never specified, as Diana only talks about her violin playing. She obviously plays her violin, but she keeps getting distracted by something. I didn't notice this until someone on the image board thread pointed it out, but if you look at the mirror in the background, you can see a fat man in a chicken mask masturbating. Jessica.avi. Another 4-minute cameraman video. This time he's outside the house talking to another young woman. They talk about canoe rides, and then the camera zooms out to reveal the city streets behind them occasionally. The strange thing is, no one so far has been able to identify where this street is. Guesses have ranged everywhere from Europe to Australia to the Philippines, but there's yet to be a match for the street shown in the video. Tongue-tied.avi. 10-minute video. The first 5 minutes consist of an elderly woman making out with a mannequin. The video cuts out like it did in Jimbo.avi halfway through, and the scene is now a group of mannequins huddled together in a circle around the camera. The lights have been dimmed and the elderly woman is nowhere to be seen. From this point on, there is no sound. Stumps.avi. 5-minute long video where a man with no legs is attempting to breakdance on a DDR mat in what looks like the kitchen of Peanut.avi, but this time it's much dirtier. There's radio music playing unseen in the background, but it stops at the 4-minute mark when the man collapses on the mat in exhaustion. He breathes heavily and pleads with someone off-screen to please let him rest. This off-screen person becomes terrifyingly enraged and yells at him, "Keep dancing," which he does. You can hear this off-screen person beginning to scream once more as the video abruptly ends. Privacy.avi. The woman from Diana.avi is masturbating on a mattress in the interview room, while the man from Stumps.avi walks around on his hands while wearing some kind of strange goblin mask. The door in this room was always closed in other videos, but now it's open. In this video, the only light is in the room, and the hallway is dark. Near the end of the video, you can see an animal quickly run through the hallway. And finally, the last video we uncovered. Brace yourself. Useless.avi. In this 18-minute video, a blonde woman from one of the previous interview videos is tied down to a mattress in the interview room. She attempts to scream, but her mouth is taped over. After 7 minutes, a man in a black suit and a mask opens the door, but he does not enter. He holds the door open for an animal that was running in the hall in the previous video. It is revealed to be an adult chimpanzee. All of its hair has been shaved off and its entire body painted red. It seems to have been starved and abused and has several wounds along its shoulder and back. When the chimp enters the room, the masked man closes the door behind him. The chimpanzee sniffs for just a moment into the air, lifting his nose. It may be blind for all I know. It seems as though it couldn't use its eyes to see where it was. Finally, it notices the woman tied to the mattress. It goes into a frenzy, and it begins to maul her. The assault goes on for a grueling 7 minutes, until the woman finally dies. The chimp eats pieces of flesh from her corpse for the next 4 minutes until the video ends. The thread exploded with activity after this video was uncovered, and people discussed it long into the night. When I came back to the image board the next day, I found that the thread was deleted. I tried to start another one and they banned me. I tried emailing the guy who sent me the chain letter through the site's URL and sent him 5 messages. Still, never got a response. I have tried to discuss this website on various places every time I get banned. The site itself was also deleted 3 days after Useless.avi was uncovered. Likely because someone contacted the authorities after this one. The only proof that normal porn for normalpeople.com ever existed was a few screen caps people took in the videos from the site that people saved and uploaded on torrents, the most popular of which, Useless.avi. It found its way onto a few gore sites. Wherever you upload them to, all of the videos from normal porn for normalpeople.com get deleted after a while.